Welcome to the Tone Jerks Podcast. I'm your host, Brian Gower, and with me today we got...
Kyle McIntyre.
Mr. Kyle McIntyre. We're in the flesh here this time.
Finally.
I do prefer this over instead of over the phone.
Speak for yourself, but yeah.
I don't want to be around your ass.
There's a nice buffer between you and I. Like 1,500 miles or whatever. Yeah. Probably more, actually. I never giggle it.
I want to gaggle it. When I punch in the coordinates in my phone here, it tells me that you're approximately a
dickhead.
Yeah, a fucking dickhead. But yeah, let's we're here. Let's get into it. I will leave you to it.
Oh, thanks.
Well, actually, before we do the what's news, we got to know what's new for both of us.
Yeah, a joint.
What's new? It just came in today.
Express.
Yeah, a friend of the show, Adam Rohr from the Let 'Em Hear podcast hooked us up with some threads, baby.
Yeah,
we got
right
some
now.
Shirts, and they are pretty fucking sweet.
So he posted about how making these.
Yeah,
it was pretty cool actually.
Yeah,
just watching the process.
A limited run of those deals, and stoked to have those.
Stoked to have one.
Yeah, so his podcast, I think we've talked about it several times, is the Let 'Em Hear podcast. He is getting Mondo guests. They're just like week after week, they're bangers. He's really he was been on our show, helping me out in your absence, and
thanks, Adam.
We are going to be on his show. Don't know when that is going to happen, but
TBD to be determined.
Yeah,
and TBA.
TBA. Yeah,
both of those.
Tone Bros.
Yeah.
Are here.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so it's cool. Check out his podcast. He's coming out weekly with banger episodes. Anyways, now, Kyle, what's new in your world besides kick-ass shirts?
Oh, yeah. When I was away, when I was out lollygagging around.
Yeah.
Not lollygaggering around.
Just swagging around town.
Yeah, swagging around Minnesota. I happened to stumble into a store in Minnesota, in Minneapolis, Twin Town Guitars.
Nice.
So they had some really cool stuff there. They had like a Kramer bass, which is just like, one of Johnny's like ultimate, this is like shredder guitar bass.
That's his
This is jam. Yeah, it comes with a slingshot on the top.
Yeah. The aluminum necked one, right?
Yeah, it's aluminum neck with like the luminol. Is that what it's called?
Ebonol.
Ebonol.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Shit.
I'm wrong. I'm never wrong. I fucked up.
I ain't never scared.
I can't remember the name of it now. Anyways.
Ebonol. I already forgotten. 10 seconds.
Ebonol. There was a RD bass, like Gibson.
Yeah.
Those are cool.
Yeah, those are pretty bitchin'.
I didn't play it because it was like $2,000. I was like, yeah,
too rich for my blood.
He's like, you want me to bring anything down for you? I'm like, no, I'll look from here, dude. It was cool. They're like, I think they're active basses.
Yeah, I think that some of them had active circuitry. I know
some
the guitars did.
Yeah, I think that they might have like a Moog preamp circuit in there or something. This one I don't think did. Because it was like under the, I don't know, $2,500 price range that those ones are.
Those are pretty bitchin'. I know, like, those came to my attention from the Fluff, the Ryan Bruce guy, YouTube guy. Like, those are pretty bitchin' because they're big guitars.
Yeah.
And they're, like,
they have a really unique looking.
Yeah.
There's like I think they have like an 8200 that was just like an older version.
Yeah, like one of the first versions.
Yeah, it looked like it was beat to shit.
Yeah.
It was like missing like the pads, like the feet. They're just like leaning forward.
No, that's cool.
Like, oh man,
there's a lot of like used gear there too.
A lot of really cool used gear. And then I was looking at pedals, and I happened to walk out with some my brand.
Yeah.
My brand.
What'd you get?
I got some MXRs.
Of course,
obviously, I have a micro chords. Duh, if you didn't guess. I got a micro chords.
That's the one knob dealie.
One knob. Yeah, that's all you need.
It's like Phase 90. It's like, you have the one knob. It's going to sound good all the way through.
Yeah. Got a custom comp, which...
It's your kind of only comp. But I guess besides the ground control.
Yeah.
But that's kind of permanently on your baseboard.
Yeah. So I don't really need one because I'm not gigging out or anything.
But I guess for guitar, it'd be kind of cool.
It's kind of cool just to kind of mess with you know,
I don't know, with like the
squash your tone a little bit.
Exactly, like the squashy, like spankier kind of like country tones are fun to play. Like I really like that for guitar.
Yeah, so I'm gonna experiment with that. And then I got Echoplex,
one of the cream of the crap,
cream in the crap.
No, that's a really cool pedal.
Yeah, I just happened upon that one, all used actually.
Yeah, that's guitar nerds. That's one of their favorite make gooder pedals. It just you turn,
everything makes everything better.
It just sounds good. The whole like turn that pedal on, you can leave it just like barely on, and it's just like a cool preamp.
Technically a Dunlop pedal, right?
Yeah, it's still MXR.
But it like if you flip over the actual enclosure, it has like the stamp MXR on the back.
That's all they need.
Yeah, you're coming home with me, baby.
So are the Horizon.
Yeah, I'm
devices. Thinking about I think when I told you that, you're like,
oh shit,
your eyes lit up. You're like, oh shit, maybe I should get that Tokyo drive.
Someone else was telling. Eric was telling me that recently. He's like, hey, those Horizon pedals. I'm like, right. I'm already on it, dude.
The MXR
told me that last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's my haul from that time I go out to Minnesota.
Who knows?
I think I might go to another shop while I'm out there in a couple weeks.
Yeah, you're going back out in a little bit.
We'll see. Maybe I'll get like I don't know.
Micro flanger could be kind of cool.
Yeah, they had
because that's like
they had like the big flanger there.
Yeah,
and they had it for like $150 or something. I'm like,
yeah,
maybe.
Yeah, that'd be kind of
It's
cool.
not like the vintage one where it's like the AC power, like the power cord.
Yeah.
It has like the DC adapter or whatever.
Yeah, I think a micro flanger would be kind of cool. Just the 2-knob one. I don't know.
Yeah.
But how much are you into flange?
A lot, actually.
Not really. Not really. I got one flange pedal, and I'm like, it's like my one flange pedal is a combination with a phaser, a chorus, a tremolo, and that's my deal. That's how much I'm into flange. I'm like a little bit, and that's all you really need, I think. But who knows? You could be a big flange guy.
I also modded some pedals for Johnny,
friend of the show, Johnny. Ray.
Yeah, dropping that name. Modded one of his EHX.
Yeah,
pedals. The freeze
pedal, yeah.
Yeah, so I put a soft switch on it.
Yeah, because it had like a clunky, like
it would ruin the actual sound that like you're trying to capture like a.
It's a cool pedal.
It is. It's a really interesting idea.
Like I've always like seen it, but I've never actually like played it. And then the fact that I'm like, why wouldn't you put a soft switch on it to begin with? But I'm sure like
it was like unusable.
Cutting corners.
Yeah.
Cutting corners.
So now it's it works really well. It doesn't have that it's like you're stepping on like croutons or whatever. Yeah, and I'm gonna mod some other pedals for them. I modded it's not really anything crazy, but my soul food, I was just going through and changing out like the shitty caps and shitty diodes that are in there and just making it sound rougher.
The more important part, you change the LED to blue.
All the tone comes from that LED.
That blue LED.
Change it from red to blue.
Singing the blues.
That'd be cool. I'll probably post that.
Hello, singing blues. I can't do it.
I don't even know what he's saying in that.
I don't even really know. I'm just like mumbling until you get to blue.
Yeah, and the next like 2 weeks are gonna be really, really, really busy for me.
You got a hectic 2 weeks.
Fuck, man, I have like a work event up in Vegas. It's like 2 days in Vegas. Come down, work 2 days.
You're gonna bet it all black.
Yeah, I might have to.
Yeah.
And then NAMM is coming up.
Yeah. So basically, you go to Vegas. You come back. What, that Wednesday?
I come back. No, probably the Tuesday.
That Tuesday you work.
Tuesday night, I'll work Wednesday and Thursday. Thursday night, drive up to NAMM.
Meet up with me and
Party
Johnny.
it up.
Yeah.
With the Tone Patrol.
Yeah.
And then...
the Tone Patrol, yeah.
And then NAMM, right? So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I got to drive home. So it's like 100 miles. So come home, fly out to Minnesota for a week.
Yeah.
I don't know. By that time, I'm probably so tired already.
Yeah. It's just like because you haven't been home. Your wife is gonna be like, who are you?
I'm coming to get some clothes. I gotta go.
I got some shitty drawers, baby.
Yeah.
I'm dropping them
I'll
off.
wash them on the plane.
You're like,
sir, we only have so much water. Just hang these out to dry.
Just like hang them out on the wing.
Yeah, so it's going to be pretty busy for me. I don't know how. Oh, man.
Yeah,
I'm going to feel like shit, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, you've been training for this.
Yeah.
No, you haven't. I mean, I don't know how much. You don't travel that much. Yeah, you basically stay in San Diego most of your life.
It wasn't that. Usually when I fly, it's like the worst experience. But the last time I went wasn't so bad.
Flying. Let me tell you about flying.
Boy, are my arms tired.
It's like stand-up bit. You guys ever fly? Anyway.
You guys like flying? I hate flying.
There's no punchlines to that because we can't think of any. Anyway. But yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be a pretty busy week because you're driving out to Vegas, driving back. You're here for a couple of days. You drive out to Anaheim. It's not too far. But you're coming back, and then you're flying out again. To me, I'm like,
yeah, it'll be all right.
It'll be fun. It'll be a good week. And the thing is, like, it's I don't know. I think you're gonna experience a lot of things that most people don't. So
yeah,
it'll be fun.
We'll probably do another over the phone episode.
Yeah, we'll see what we're gonna do. I know this week's episode, so the one that you're listening to now, comes out the Tuesday right before NAMM. And then the plan is, and much like last year, we are going to do NAMM episodes, probably a couple of them every day.
Yeah.
Okay, well, at least one of them every day is the plan.
We'll see.
We're going to do recaps. The plan is to get some interviews and some like shorter episodes with people. I might do like a compilation of like interviews that we do of everybody. Like, hey, can you give me 5 minutes? Let's just rap or whatever, talk about your shit or whatever, and just like ask them stupid ass questions. And then that might be an episode. Who knows? But I'm like, the plan is at least once a day to do a recap.
Yeah.
And so between you, Johnny, and I, and Brian, he's coming down for a day, we're going to have like recaps of like what we see, what we do, and stuff like that. And it's like our favorite parts. And I think between the four of us, we're really going to see a lot of NAMM. We're going to see a lot of things like coming from, things that we want to see from our perspectives, things that, Johnny wants to see. Our buddy Eric Lucero, he's working a lot of the floor too. And so we'll probably meet up with him and doing like, just seeing as much as we can. I think the coverage that we'll have this year is going to be really cool. And, some of you guys maybe not, so into the drum and recording aspect of things and maybe some of the more like technical, like MIDI controllers and stuff like that. But our drummer, Brian, is. So I'm like, we might see more of that side of things. And like, that's something of like DIY recording. You need to know your drum tones. You need to know, your MIDI and locking in with PCs and stuff like that. So it's like, I think I'm pretty stoked. Like, we're going to have a lot of different minds into this. And so I'm pretty confident we'll get some crazy cool content out of this one.
It's all about that content, baby.
Yeah, I mean, last year we focused on videos. Fuck videos. We're just going to do Instagram and podcasts because that's what we're good at. That's what we like. So that's that. I just totally stole your valor there.
That was all of my what's new. I mean, what do you got, Brian?
I got a story.
Oh, yeah.
Sit down, everybody. I got a little story for you.
Buckle up.
So I talked about trying to sell my JCM 900.
Yeah.
It's coming along. It's going. And I finally got like a bite. Like some people have been, interested. And I'm like, oh, what's this? Can you go, to like, give me like it for $200? I'm like, yeah, no. You can wait. I mean, give me like, I'm like, if you need to wait like 2 to 4 weeks to save up, another, $350. Then yes, I can wait. You can have that. Or if you have, like I said, like, or if you have some good trades, give me a guitar, give me a pedal, something that I can move to get that money back. And he's like, no. Anyway, so it's a lot of that bullshit back and forth. And then I had one guy, he's like, I'm just like, I want to check it out. Setting this up, and we're doing the dance back and forth. Like, when can you check it out? When can you do it? When can you do it? He's like, I'm coming down. I don't know when I'm gonna be able to make it down because I'm coming down from like, North County, like San Diego. So it's a little further. So we, for San Diego, it's
probably like 30, 35 miles or so,
something like that. So it's like, it's gonna be like 45 minutes to an hour. drive or whatever, just to check it out.
Yeah.
Anyway, so finally locked down a time, and he's like, I really want to check it out. Let me check it out because I got to practice this Thursday or whatever. I want to try out the amp. Maybe I can bring it to practice. I was like, cool. It's like, I don't need to know your whole life story, but cool. So we locked it down, and he's coming down. He's like, oh, it's gonna be kind of shitty with traffic, but I'm coming down now. So he ended up being like an hour in traffic to get to my place.
Okay. To
check out the Marshall. And so I'm like, cool. So I had it set up. I had it like just playing out of my I have a 412, PPC 412 orange cab. Not a bad cab.
No, not at all.
If you're playing out of, of 4x12, that's not a bad cab with English V30s in there. It's good. It's good. Anyways, so I had that all set up, and then I'm like, okay, cool. I'm just gonna let him play my pink Les Paul Jr. or whatever. So he's going. He's like, oh, cool. Let me try it out. And so he's playing it at a moderate volume. He's like, oh, can I turn it up? I'm like, yeah, go for it. Whatever. It's in a house. It's not an apartment or anything. So he's like. When he meant turn it up, he meant fucking turn it up. He went like all the way to maybe like, I don't know, like 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock on the volume.
Oh,
like,
shit.
I've never put it up past noon for gigging.
Whoa, fuck.
And I was like, oh, dude, okay. He's like, oh, and like, I don't know what he's hearing, like what frequencies you're hearing at that high a volume with no earplugs. I didn't have earplugs in. I'm like, what are you doing? Anyway, so he's like,
feel my organs move around in my body.
I'm like, feel free to change anything and stuff like that. I was like, I don't know, man. It feels pretty. It does, I don't know. It's not as bassy, as you would think. And it does like a half power and like whatever mode. So he did to 25 and turned it down a little bit more, and like it sounded great. I'm like, whatever. And then he's like, oh no, crank it back up to the 50-watt mode. And then he's like, I don't know, it's kind of thin. I'm like, well, I mean, this guitar is a thinner body Les Paul Jr. with maple neck and like the treble or the volume bleed circuit, so it's not really like going to be your booty kind of guitar. I'm like, I don't know. I mean, do you want to try my Les Paul? So I had my Les Paul Classic there too, and he's like,
boy, do I.
So he tried it out, and he's like, oh no, this is a great feeling neck. This guitar is like more of what I play, because he's like, I play Gibson Les Paul, Les Paul Classic or some shit. I'm like, okay, all right, cool, thanks, nice for that.
I'm writing this down. Keep going.
Nice fucking $3,000 guitar you got there. Anyway, so he was like, okay. He was kept on fucking with it, and I'm like, okay, we're like coming up to like about 7 o'clock at night here. I'm like, it's like he wasn't there for that long, but like 15 minutes of playing at like, that loud. I'm like, what are you? I was like about ready to pull out my earplugs and plug them in. I'm like, what are you doing? And then he's like, yeah, you know what? This just doesn't sound as good as an 800. I own an 800 and 50 watt, and my 800 50 watt, I have it on 3, and it will kill you. Like, I usually don't put it past 1, and it has way bassier, and it just sounds way better than these 900s. I'm like, he's like, also, I don't like these orange cabs, They come with the V30s, and V30s just don't sound as good as like GT75s or like what GT 11275s, like the stock, 300
1960 cab.
Yeah, 1960 cabs, which he has. I'm like, what? I was like legit like that Pokemon, like the Pikachu, like eyes wide and my mouth agape. I'm like, what?
Excuse me? Motherfucker, say what?
Excuse me? And I'm like, he's like, yeah, I just don't like all like the mid, like I like the mid scoop of stuff. I'm like, why the fuck are you playing Marshalls?
Yeah.
Like play a Peavey or Mesa or something if you're looking for like a boomy, whatever. And he's like, yeah, I'm not going to buy it, bro. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, okay, but I'm like, why the fuck did you have to? He's like, I own a JCM 800, and he talked about like, I can't remember it's a 2205, I think he owns. So it's like really nice model of his. So it's a master volume, but it's like a 5 knob one. I can't remember if it's like 2250 or 2205, 50 watt JCM 800. I'm like, well, fuck, okay. I mean, is it a brag? I'm like, cool. And he's like, oh, and I have a classic, or no, not a classic. I have a, Les Paul custom. This is just kind of my thing. And so he's like, all right, I'm not going to buy it. And he wasn't, I posted it in the group. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck was that about? So you drove over an hour just to like tell me that my rig is bullshit? And then he left.
This guy driving like an Audi or something?
I didn't even see. And I was like, wow, thanks for just blaring out my fucking ear holes with that shit. Like,
what the fuck?
And then he just left. And I'm like, okay, I understand. And the whole thing is he was super nice. He wasn't like an asshole. It was just like, he sounds like, you kind of like humble brag every once in a while. I'm like, I was getting humble brag like a motherfucker. I got humble bragged that I was like, what? What? I'm picking up what you're putting down here. But I'm like, he was nice about it. I'm like, okay. And honestly, like, you can't, if somebody doesn't like the amp, they don't like the amp.
Yeah, but
a JCM 900 is not going to be an 800.
Exactly. What is he looking for?
I don't know. I think he was, because he's like my JCM 900, it's a 2500, the Mark III. He's like, I read online that these are like the closest best thing to an 800 that you can get from a 900. I'm like, but it's still not an 800.
No.
And like the thing is like, I don't know if he wanted like just a cheap one to throw around, and so he doesn't have to take his out.
That thing sounds great though.
Yeah, but I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, what are you missing? And he's like, maybe I'll hit you up later. He's like, I don't know. Sometimes I use pedals with my amp. I'm like, yeah. I mean, sometimes I use like a tube screamer or whatever. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna fucking bring you a fucking tube screamer to try out. I'm like, it's not fucking Guitar Center. I'm like, I shouldn't have even given him the other guitar.
Yeah.
I'm like, you should have brought your own.
Yeah, what a fucking dickhead.
Anyway, so I'm like, the fact that he's like shitting on my guitar, shitting on my cab, shitting on my amp, and then he fucking leaves. Like, he's like, like heading off into the sunset. I'm like, I got some other fucking assholes amp to shit sunset. On. Some asshole selling a PV 5150. I gotta go tell him how fucking shit it is.
Yeah.
Later, kiddo.
Yeah.
Finger guns.
Thanks, sport. Take a walk on the wild side.
I was just like, what the fuck was that about? So that was my Craigslist story.
God damn it.
Yeah. So
you got Kyle McIntyre.
Yeah, that was my joke. I was like, I got Kyle McIntyre. So it's like whenever like it was like a couple people posted in the group about like, I'm thinking about trying a JCM 900, trying a JCM 2000.
Oh, it was 2000, yeah.
Yeah, what do you think? And Kyle's like, try a JCM 800. I'm like, Kyle, you've never even fucking tried or touched a JCM 800 in your life.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, so.
Yeah, but they're the best
Everyone
ones.
talks about how great they are.
But I'm like,
especially this motherfucker.
And like, apparently this guy was like the exact epitome of your internet persona.
Yeah. We're in the same forum. We're in the same Marshall forum.
Shit on everything that's not, every JCM that's not an 800. So anyways, that was that. Okay, I mean, besides that whole debacle, wasn't too bad. The guy was super nice, but it was just like a funny story. So, whatever. I mean, it's not the amp for you. Whatever. Carry on. I did buy some replacement handles for my Ampeg V4B that I'm going to be putting on the market. Hopefully, I don't meet somebody who's like, "Yo, an FPT Classic sounds better than these V4Bs." I'm just letting you know that you should have got a 2x15 and an 810 and run them in series, and it would sound better than a 410.
I wish this was a 300-watt amp.
Yeah, I'm like, what's better than jazz bass? A P bass. If I strug my beard in front of you like an asshole. Just got
push my glasses back on my face.
Got a Kyle McIntyre again. So, anyways, like I have like kind of shitty handles on my like
one of the springs are fucked up.
The spring's gone, and one of the rubber actual handle on one of the sides is gone.
So it's just like steel. It's like a metal.
Yeah, it's like like holding like the steel like
like holding the coat hanger.
Yeah,
it's like a 50-pound coat hanger.
Yeah. It's like holding the amp by the coat hanger. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, let me just get replacement. They are hard to find. Replacement Ampeg like spring-loaded loaded handles.
Are they Ampeg branded?
Yeah, they are hard to fucking find.
Keep your old ones, by the way. Don't throw them away.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, okay.
So anyways, they're hard to find, and I did find some on Reverb that a music shop was selling. Some asshole music shop was selling on Reverb a pair for $50, which is not bad, but I wanted to dick them down a little bit because I'm like, are you any movement on the price? Actually, I didn't even ask that. I'm like, I take that back. I didn't even ask that. I wanted to dick them down on the price, so they had the option for make an offer.
Yeah.
On Reverb, make an offer. So that's going to be less than $50, right?
Yeah.
Your asking price is $50, free shipping. make an offer. You'll probably take offers less than $50, right?
Yep.
Wrong. I offered them.
I fucking hate it.
I offered them $40. Free shipping. Which is like just $10 off. They responded back $40 plus $10 shipping.
Yep.
I'm like, fuck you.
I knew that was
I'm
coming.
not even gonna come back with you. And like, guess what? They still haven't fucking sold it. So I found those same things used on eBay for $20 plus shipping.
Nice.
So suck on those rocks, bitches. So anyways, I got those, and I just think the whole idea of like, if you're not gonna budge on your price, why even make?
Man, I've brought this up before.
People,
man,
do it. Why? Why even put that option? You can make it to have no.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I countered one of those fuckers. Found it on eBay.
You should message him back.
I'm like,
hey, by the way, I found them on eBay for cheaper. Bitch.
Sales commission by bio.
Yeah. Thanks for all the good times.
Yeah, it was just fucking. I was just like fucking like fuck you, man. Like come back to me like no. How about instead of $50 free shipping, we're gonna do $40 with $10 shipping. Oh, like you think you're fucking
really, it's so funny.
There's actually I don't know. There might be. The thing is, there's no other offers on that except for me. There's 2 other people watching it besides me. It's like good luck selling this really niche thing.
Yeah.
Well, you could have just moved that and had $40 profit. Whatever. It probably wasn't profit to them or whatever, but just $40 for something that's sitting there forever. Whatever.
I'm gonna look this up.
Fuck that motherfucker.
I'm gonna do an offer. I'm like, hey, dude,
$69.
He accepts it. Fuck.
$4.20. No. So anyway, so that's my whole thing. So I'm gonna replace the handles on my V4B and get that on the market. So like just trying to get the amp as worry free as possible and just like as clean and easy as going, so I can get rid of that.
Take all your anime stickers off of it.
I don't have any on that one.
What?
So that one will go, and hopefully eventually the JCM 900 will go. But if it doesn't, then I'll just keep them. I'm not gonna give these fucking things away.
Oh yeah, don't.
I'll sell them to somebody like for a good price that I'm asking for, because the thing is I don't need them, but I don't need the money that badly.
Yeah.
And nobody's going to be no fucking charity case over here. Or I'm not going to give to a charity case. Whatever the phrase is.
Whatever
Fuck
is
you.
that one.
You aren't getting this for free. Suck on them apples. All right. And then we had one other What's New. It just happened yesterday, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we went to a Modern Love show.
Friends of the show. We love them. We love them. They played cool. At a local bar here, Space Bar.
Space Bar.
Yeah. It was cool. It's cool. We've seen them a bunch of times. And it's like every venue is different. And it's like the sound at every venue is different. And the the sound guy at Space Bar really adjusted all the levels really well.
Yeah.
Like you could hear everybody. You could hear Johnny, what he was doing. You could hear all the guitars and what they were doing. Yeah, it was cool. And so it's kind of like puts that into perspective more of like, oh yeah, all the crazy soundscape shit that like Johnny and Eric do.
Yeah, you totally hear it. And then you can still hear like the melody or like the actual root of the song that Tim holds down while everyone else is just going fucking crazy. You still hear the song through it, which is cool.
Yeah. It's funny, like every show that they play, Johnny brings a different bass rig, or at least a different bass amp.
What was the head?
He was doing one of the
solid state,
the micro SVTs. So like the one that's like that little practice stack thing.
Yeah.
He had that with like a cab. I don't remember the name of the cab, but it's an Ampeg, like an older 90s or 80s.
Ampeg has the 115 and then the 110
and a horn.
It's so weird.
And it's like 180 watts or 185 watts. It's like, that's cool. It's like you kind of hit all your frequencies with the low and the high end.
Yeah.
It sounded really cool, yeah. And then like just with that little like Ampeg head, the sound guy's like, your bass is kind of loud, man. And I was like, it worked out. Yeah.
Eric was playing Bemis setup?
Yeah, so he was doing, I think he talked about it. He was doing, he's still doing a lot of testing with the Bemis amps. And it sounds good. Like I think a Bemis and like a 2x12 cab. Like it looks like a tweed kind of 2x12. And then Tim was playing a Hot Rod DeVille.
Yeah.
So instead of his AC30, he played that one instead of which
I noticed that.
I'm like, oh wow, you got two pretty cool amps. And Yeah, no, it was good. It was a good show. So
Eric was running 2 of those tone lock Ibanez.
Yeah, it looks like he recently put those on his pedals.
Delay echoes.
Yeah,
it's cool. He runs one like super basic, and then one like a little more like full, extreme. It's pretty cool. He has them right next to each other. I was like, "Are you running 2 of those, or are they just sitting on your board?" No, I'm totally using those. Fuck off.
Yeah. And then he has his. I mean, you could hear what they were doing, which I thought was really cool. When you like have a good sound guy, you can hear a lot more of the mix. And like when he was stepping on his judder pedal, you hear, like, you know, it's cool. And like Johnny was doing like
pedal.
Yeah, Johnny was doing this thing with like he made his bass sound like a synth.
Yeah,
it's like a combination. I think with
he was
like
using the moth
from Fuzzrocious a lot.
Yeah,
and that kind of made it like his bass like
yeah.
You know,
it sounded cool.
It's really cool once you like get a good mix. Like, oh, you can actually hear everybody and see what they're doing, and like having earplugs in, you can hear everything in the vocals.
Yeah, wear earplugs to shows.
Yeah,
it makes everything so much better.
Yeah, and
trust me,
save your hearing and stuff like that.
Oh, I mean that too. Yeah,
yeah. No, but that was cool. That was a lot of fun. So it's always cool to see. I mean, go out and see live shows. People, you know, like, you know, see local bands. They're out there playing the weekdays. You know, grab a beer, go check them out. It's like $5. You can not drink a beer. That's fine too. And
that's what I did.
Yeah, and
I still had fun.
Yeah, it's a good time. But let's get into some topics. What do you say?
This is a long what's new.
But you know, hey,
you gotta grind through them sometimes.
Okay, so I got one for you, Kyle.
Hit me.
Okay, so a little story behind this one. So
okay.
I'm at work. Over the past week or so, I've been working more on. I work retail. Normally, I work shipping, receiving in the back. And then this past week, I've been working on the sales floor, and we had like a new. I should know more about it, but I don't. Like an install where we had to set up like a bunch of like Beatles stuff. Like I think we're selling prints like from the famous
new rollout. Call it a rollout.
Yeah,
sounds better.
Like famous like Beatles photographs that are now on pictures that you can buy from us, and they're framed and shit like that.
It's like Abbey Road and stuff like that, and
different pictures of like when they landed. Like it's like throughout their whole career, and like album covers that are giant like framed pictures and stuff like that. It's like like 3 feet big or squares and stuff like that. It's like they're anyway. So it's like this whole Beatles thing, whatever that we're doing at my work, and because of that, they to go with this whole new art rollout or whatever, they started doing like Beatles music over the sound system at my work on the sales floor.
Okay.
So it's like blocks of the Beatles. So it could be like 5-song blocks all day.
Yeah.
And the first day, it was almost like all Beatles the whole fucking time. It was maybe even like
someone fucked up and put it.
Yeah, no, it was like 8-song blocks. So it's like pretty long blocks of full on Beatles songs, and I really dig it. It's really cool. Like it's not like it's the hits. It's their deep cuts, and I didn't mind the whole day. Like,
all right,
like listening to it. And I thought that was really cool. It's like it's like other people made comments like coworkers. They're like, there's something to be said about a band that has been playing all fucking day, and you're not sick of it.
Yeah, that's true.
Because there's so many like you. I kind of was texting you about this like topic before we got to it.
Yeah,
that you were saying like, I made like I like a playlist too.
That same Beatles. Day you had mentioned it, I had made a
Beatles playlist.
Yeah, like a 50-song playlist.
And you were telling me about like, there's deep cut. It's like, I'm so tired.
Yeah,
and like that song.
Yeah,
that one plays on the. Yeah, so they're deep cuts. It's not just like, Yellow
Submarine or something.
Or like something in the way. It's like all those too are on play, like in all the deep cuts and all the weird ones. And the thing is, like, it's cool. And like, it's something to be said at my work. I usually like will listen to podcasts or like, random music, stuff that like I can like, I do listen to a lot of like instrumental music or like, J-pop anime music. So it's like stuff where I don't have to pay attention to like lyrics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just get to listen to whatever. So all that to be said, I wanted to bring up the topic. I'm like, what are some bands, or what, some bands that you won't get sick of? Like, if you had to listen to them for, 8+ hours for a day.
Yeah.
On repeat. Like, all their songs. What band would you choose? What are some of those qualities that you would want? What are good, like, music band binge qualities? Is it like, do they have an extensive catalog? Do they have a lot of variety? Do you just really like the band? Let's talk about that. Let's wrap it.
Okay. I'm thinking more of like singers. Okay. Like lounge kind of singers. I think earlier in the week when I made that Beatles playlist, I made like one of like, like Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra. I just went through and like, oh man, I love that song.
Yeah.
Loading them in. So I would have to say, like I just said, Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra, like Andy Williams.
Yeah.
What's the Roy Orbison?
Yeah.
So
okay,
like shit like that. I love. I would listen to that all damn day. Even like Wayne Newton.
Yeah.
Like,
no, he's a banger for sure.
Was it Perry Como? I think it's, oh man, some of this,
and
they're just songs that are they're classic songs, but I love listening to it. And I think it's just because I wouldn't say they're simple, but they're not like overly complicated. At least the music might be because they have like strings and orchestras and shit. But the lyrics are just like straightforward. Like
we say this and it can have negative connotations to it, but we don't mean it. It's like they're easy listening.
Yeah.
You can turn it on,
it's like,
and like people say, "Easy listening, shitty." No, I'm like, no. I mean, you want to kind of focus on your day at work. I guess these are like, what can you listen to for 8 hours at work? And I love that. Like, something that sounds good, and it does, like, you can pick things out of it when you want to.
Dean Martin's voice is like so smooth. I love. Yeah. There's like 3 or 4 songs which like I would have them on repeat like all day.
Yeah. Do you have specific ones you want to mention?
There's a song called "I Will."
Mm-hmm.
There's another one. It's like "Somebody Loves Me," or oh man, it's funny. Like there's like 3 or 4 songs where they all have like almost the same like title.
Yeah,
it's "Everybody Loves Somebody." Okay.
Yeah.
Somewhere there's a someone. He's all about nouns, people, places, and things. You're nobody till somebody loves you. That's the one.
Yeah. Those are, if you don't know the song, I'm like, those are hard to remember. I was like, gonna like, I don't want to like chastise you, but I'm like, no, those are fucking hard to remember. There's if you don't fucking remember those.
Bobby Darin. Mm-hmm. So he's Beyond the Sea.
Bobby Dylan.
Not Bobby Dylan.
That's
Bobby Dylan.
I didn't get that until like way later.
Yeah.
From Forrest Gump. I was like, why didn't she have clothes on? I was watching the movie like, she's playing guitar? Trying to sing a song here.
Yeah, was it Roy Orbison with Lana?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, and then he's got another one, Only the Lonely. That's probably my favorite one.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
Yeah,
I just like that, like classic kind of lounge music.
Yeah, I think we can also both agree, Beatles.
Oh yeah,
you can listen to that all day.
Beatles, definitely.
I know it's such a cop out because everybody's like,
well, there are people that hate the Beatles.
Yeah, I mean, and like I understand. I think I've heard like some of these. I think it was a stand-up. We went to one of our friend Austin Train's shows, and one of the stand-up comedians before. He was like not really a bit guy, but he was a ranty kind of guy. funny bits, and he was like, people talk about the Beatles being so good, but they weren't. They were just one of the first ones. I'm like, it's true. Yeah. Some of their songs are like, like you can poke holes in them, and like these lines are dumb. You go in my car, you think you're a fancy star or something like that's the rhyme. I'm like, you shitting me? Or some of their like melodies almost of their B-sides match almost note for note except for the last note that they go beep 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 yeah something like that, but they go that's a song with the fancy car, but I'm like the other ones are like something instead of like
they change it up a little bit,
just like one note. Are you fucking kidding me? And their harmonies match. I'm like, you guys could have not added the harmony or something. Anyway, so it's like,
But they changed the face of like pop music.
Yeah, you can, like I said, you can poke holes in them all you want, but they were still pretty good. So I'm like, Kyle, I like to talk on both sides, not to be like,
oh, okay.
Yeah, you know how fucking boring it would be if you and I both agreed on the same thing and we blasted through this topic?
I wish you did more, actually.
Yeah, and then we can
we can go home and get a bite to eat.
Yeah, we can just get out of here. But no, I think seeing both sides of it, and like the Beatles, I agree it would be a really great one. And the thing is, like, people can like them or not, but like they are so influential.
Well, people,
there's so much to grab from them.
No, it's true. They didn't just encompass one style of music either. If you listen to it, it's like, oh shit, there's like some Motown influence in here.
Yeah.
Oh shit, they have, there's the classic like Beach Boys, Beatles kind of rivalry. Mm-hmm. There's some songs that sound Beach Boy kind of like,
yeah.
Oh shit, they're vocal harmonies, very Beach Boys sounding.
Yeah. So they're definitely a really cool band. So take that for what it is. It's a lot of fun. But one that I wanted to mention, I guess a little bit more modern, is I could listen to the Gaslight Anthem.
Yeah.
I think I've talked about them in earlier episodes in a slightly negative way, saying that like they have like really slow jams.
Yeah.
Really slow jams. Like piano and synth and stuff like that going. I'm like, but the thing is, like, that might not be as much fun because like I was like, this fucking show kind of sucks because you guys played all the slow songs. That's not as much fun for a live show.
Yeah.
Maybe they were like, oh, we want to get out the slow jams for San Diego or some shit. Or, why? I don't know why you would want to do that. And let's not mix any fast ones because we're tired today. I'm like, no. And like, but if you had their whole catalog mixed, it was pretty, diverse. They had the slow ones. They had the piano ones. They did start doing really raw stuff in the beginning. They did one in between, I think, like, right after they did 59 Sound, like they were on tour and then like they stopped at somebody's like basement recording studio and did whatever
that's pretty cool
amps they had on tour. They recorded it and let's go because they had a day off on tour and that was like an EP they had. It's like they kind of did it all,
Mm-hmm.
And I think his voice goes really raspy punk, kind of like straddling off key to smoother and like, lower notes that he's trying to do and other ones to the higher ones and more like, when they started out in some of the other albums they played a full step down because he was doing, his raspier stuff and lower stuff. And it's like they ran through a bunch of stuff. And, they were more raw and they were playing like 900s back in like their first Sink or Swim. And then they started going more very classic. Like I think the whole, talked about it in a Reverb article. Brian Fallon talked about it. It's like 59 Sound came from, he bought a 59 Bassman.
Oh, nice.
That was the 59 Sound. Of the name of that album. So it's like they went from like drastically playing like we're playing Marshall half stacks, like the kind that you afford when you're in a hardcore band or something like that. Now we're playing like 1x12s, 2x12s, stuff like that. It's like their tone changed. Like I think it's a cool band. So if you're maybe listen to that all day, good. I don't know. I honestly didn't. Probably should have pulled up their whole catalog, how many songs they have, but it's like a good 60 plus songs.
Yeah.
Thumb through all day.
I'd have to add Flatliners to.
Yeah,
I listen to everything. I could listen to everything they've made,
even their ska stuff.
Yeah,
yeah,
and still, I'd have to grind a little bit through the ska stuff, but I still love it. So
and
good.
It's not like super like. We're gonna start dancing.
No, it's still like hard.
Yeah,
it's still
fast.
Yeah. I was listening to him today.
It's not the nerd ska stuff.
No.
It's the cool ska stuff.
No, I was listening to what's that? Dead Language, which is one of those ones. It's like the first record I ever listened to from them, and I like, oh, this is the greatest one. And then I discovered
Cavalcade.
I'm like, fuck, this is the greatest one.
That's the best one.
Oh, man. And so I go back to this one every once in a while, and it's still really good. It's still good. Cavalcade's good. Really, really, really good.
The best.
It's the best.
That's my favorite one, yeah.
I also like, I can't, what's the first, the second one after the ska? Sound like
the Great Escape?
Great Divide?
Great.
It's not Escape.
Nah, no, that's a festival. I think
we can't.
It's like I think that's like a pop festival. The Great
can't. That's the Great Awake.
None of us were right.
Dang it! That's a really good one too.
Like, it's the one with the radio with the butterflies. That's all I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like they're all really good. They have like 70 songs in their catalog.
Yeah. So that could be a good day.
That's a fucking great day.
Yeah. And then the thing is too, they've really got more diverse actually from the beginning to the end of not the end of their career, but to modern day of their career.
Yeah.
Like they have like some slower songs, and their slower songs are good.
Still really good.
And then their earlier songs were more of an upbeat ska, kind of like like it wasn't like
double time kind of. Yeah.
Yeah. That's definitely a good one. And a kind of a duh one for me is Green Day. Obviously, they have just so much good stuff
all day.
All day. I could listen to that.
Sum 41, Screaming Bloody Murder.
Sum 41, yeah, no, totally. All of Sum 41. They all have been good.
Yeah.
I would say like if we're all pop punk now, but I would say all of Sugar Cult. They only had 3 records, really.
Okay.
But they were all good. But then again,
not that last one.
Yeah, it was still pretty.
They had one song that was good on there.
No, they had some, some good bangers on there. Trying to think of another one.
I mean, obviously, I have my like number one. Like Brand New.
Yeah, Brand New.
Saves the Day. I mean,
except for that new one.
Except for the new one. I'm like a broken record on that stuff. But Taking Back Sunday. All damn day. I could listen to those all damn day.
So this one's really niche, but I was thinking a San Diego band.
Yeah.
I'm sure you could find them somewhere. Or you can just message me and I'll send you all their music. Larger Than Life. They were a San Diego pop punk band. They were kind of like similar to like Newfound Glory, but like they had like maybe like 40 to 50 songs that like EPs and full lengths that came out. And they were really good.
Dang.
So I just like recently put like a bunch of music on my phone, and I was like, you know what? I'll listen to my iTunes instead of Spotify, because like all these songs that aren't on Spotify or whatever that you can pull up. That's pretty cool. So it's kind of it for that one. So
we could probably talk on that one for hours though.
But yeah, if you guys have any bands that you could listen to all damn workday. Or maybe you'd already have them. Let us know. Like, post them in the group. Maybe we'll make a little Spotify playlist.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
We'll post it in the group, post it in the description of this episode. But let's move on to another topic, more of a guitar gear topic.
Yeah.
What do you got for me?
Wow, we're talking gear finally?
I know, whatever. What the hell is up with that?
All right, so this is kind of like maybe an existential problem that you have after you've done some mods on your guitar, like when is that guitar not an original piece anymore?
When's it
can you still call it that brand, like that original brand? Has its identity changed?
Yeah.
When does that happen?
When does it become a Kyle McIntyre signature, baby?
That's when Fender calls me up and wants to make one. That's when it's a Kyle McIntyre signature.
They're like, yo, Kyle, baby.
We want you to solder all these guitars. We want them to look like bird shit.
like bird shit solder. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, so, I mean, right off the bat, like, what do you think of? Like,
I don't know. I kind of like all my guitars. I think I've talked about it before, but like all of them, none of them are stock.
Yeah.
Except for my Taylor 410. Because I'm like, what are you going to really change on that?
Strings.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's fine the way, like nothing, like, I don't know. Maybe I'll change the tuners to locking tuners.
Why?
In case, like, I don't know, you play a show and you break a string and you need to pull, but the thing is, I'm not doing any like solo acoustic shows anymore.
Yeah. You stopped playing Wonderwall.
Yeah, I mean...
And Good Riddance.
No, I mean, like, it was a couple years ago I was doing, like, a lot of acoustic shows. Because, like, I hated our fucking drummer at the time. Not Brian Rash.
Jeez.
I mean, we had a drummer, he was just a total fucking douchebag. And I just, like, I'm like, whatever. I'm like, what are we going to do? And then it got to the point where, like, it was, like, an awakened moment. I'm like, you don't like that asshole? kick him out.
Yeah.
So I kicked his ass to the fucking curb, and Kyle's like, yeah, good riddance to that fuck. And then I just don't really play acoustic anymore because people were saying, friends of ours, they talked to me like, oh, Brian, why don't you want to play more solo acoustic stuff?
That was like a turning point.
Yeah.
Like a fork that was stuck in the road.
Yeah. And it was just like, I just didn't want to, I don't know, I just don't want to do that anymore.
Yeah.
Like, why play a solo acoustic show when you can play one with your band?
Yeah.
I like my band members. I like my songs. And I'm like, and if like, oh, well, you can do more stuff. I'm like, well, if I write songs, I'm like, I'll just write them for my band. And why play a solo acoustic show when I could probably just do a podcast? I guess that's more fun. Anyways.
So, what do you think?
I think, because I'm on a tangent now. Sorry.
Let me bring you back here.
Reel me in, Kyle. You should try and host this a little bit better because it's now your topic.
I liked what you were saying, so
you're like, fuck those drummers. They all are stupid.
Oh my god,
everybody's stupid but me.
I'm so smart.
I'm smart as fuck. I'm one smart motherfucker.
What say you, motherfucker?
That's dumb. Anyway, so I think once you change, like, I don't know, maybe pickups or some of the electronics, then it starts becoming like not the original guitar anymore. And maybe if you start changing different types of pickups, that's a bigger indication.
So like you still, let's say a Strat, you kept the single coils,
but you made it a fat Strat.
Yeah. Or
then that's not the original guitar anymore. Okay. I don't know, because I'm like, I don't know, if you think about like maybe in the terms of resale, you can't say like, oh, this is like a Fender standard American Strat
with
EMGs and Floyd Rose. Like, that's not really the original guitar anymore. But to me, I'm like, I don't know.
Where's the line, dude? Where is the line?
It's I think pickups.
Okay.
And some definitely pickups. If you change that, I guess.
Well, obviously the body. Okay, let's start from the ground up.
I mean, you're never
body.
Who's gonna fucking like? I don't know. You wouldn't change the body.
Let's say you accidentally, had a couple more drinks than normal, and you smashed.
You tried to do a 50-50 grind with your with your guitar.
You did a pop shove it. Okay, you land. Yeah, that was perfect. But then
comply to a pizza guy, and then pop shove it, and then you land on a 50-50 grind, dark slide.
Yeah.
You
fucking shredded right through that cavity, just snapped right in half.
Yeah, okay. You had to get a new body.
Yeah. Okay, see, body, done. Okay, so it's new guitar.
That's a whole new guitar.
Obviously. But what about the neck? So you change out the neck.
That's a new guitar.
You think that's a new guitar?
Yeah.
Okay.
Neck is a big deal.
Okay.
I wanted to say smaller things, but yeah, bigger things, neck, yeah.
But yeah, let's take the big pieces away first. Okay.
Let's chop away at this motherfucker. New neck, that's new guitar.
All right.
A new body, definitely new guitar.
Okay. So you say pickups.
I'd say pickups is iffy. That's a gray area.
Yeah.
If you change the style of
if
pickups,
you're routing out, to fit a new.
Let's say if you get like a Les Paul Jr. that was a P90 fit.
Yeah.
And you put a humbucker in there, which is probably a smarter move.
Yeah.
That's going to be a new guitar.
That's new. Okay. So it's not your standard Gibson anymore.
It's not a standard Les Paul Jr. or whatever.
This is now your signature.
Or like, or if you get like, the wraparound bridge on like a Les Paul Jr. or Gold Top, like spec, 50s style Gold Top.
Okay. What about like
and then you put like Tune-o-matic or you put a Bigsby. That's not really the same guitar anymore. It's still a Les Paul.
Bridges. So like if you change the bridge out,
yeah.
Maybe it fits. Maybe it's like a Jazzmaster, and you go with the Mastery. Is it still a Jazzmaster?
That's still like because it's still like the Jazzmaster. Shit, that's still like the Jazzmaster kind of bridge, but you're just changing maybe
you're upgrading
components of it.
Okay,
because it's still a Jazzmastery or Jazzmaster. Oh shit, Jazzmastery.
Dang.
That was a fuck up. But I'm like, yeah, no, it's a Jazzmaster bridge still.
Mm-hmm.
Or like the whole.
You don't really have to modify anything.
No, you just replace parts, to get them better.
You put like a $300 Mastery bridge in there.
Yeah, maybe it's like mods. I feel like if you had to
change the original factory.
Yes, exactly. If you had to
remove or add,
go to town on it.
Yeah.
Like either take it to a luthier who is better equipped to do those type of things, or if you get a couple bruchachos in you and you feel like you're like, I'm ready to do this.
I can work this lathe.
You're like, crack your knuckles. Ready to do it, boys.
Okay, so here's another one.
Any drilling or cutting is involved. It's not the original guitar anymore. How about that?
It's like, are you reading the warranty information?
We're getting down to brass tacks.
Okay. What about, let's say, like a professional paint job? Is that
not the original guitar anymore?
What? Come on.
No. Well, I mean, it's yes.
What if you stripped it down?
Maybe
to
I guess
bare wood.
I mean, it's not. I guess like maybe like how are we talking here? Is it still a Les Paul or still a Telecaster? If you paint like your white MIM Tele, if you paint that like sparkle orange, that's not an MIM Tele anymore.
Yeah, it is. It's still made in Mexico, dog.
Yeah, but I'm like, it's not. Like, you can't get that off the shelf.
No, I'm not looking to get it off the shelf.
But it's a Telecaster.
Yeah, it's still a Fender Telecaster.
Yeah, it's still a Fender Telecaster, but it's not going to be like the Fender MIM standard Telecaster.
Yeah, and you're also not going to find it without like it doesn't have the neck pickup in there.
Well, I guess that's what we're trying to get here. I'm like,
yeah,
you can like maybe like it's like you're cutting down like the specifics of it. It's a Fender. Yes, it's still a Fender. Oh, it's a Telecaster. Yep, it's still a Telecaster. It's made in Mexico. Yeah. Oh, is it the standard model? No, it's actually it's the standard plus
what I've done to it.
It's the Kyle standard now.
Yeah, because let's say I change the neck on it, then it's not really.
Yeah.
That's like a huge component.
That's a huge. You can call it like a Telecaster or a T style, I guess, but it's not really going to be like.
Well, it's not going to be a Fender Telecaster
if you
anymore.
put like or if you replaced it with like a, I was going to say 72, but they have 3-bolt. If you put did like the fat headstock,
the fatback,
the Warmoth one, not only the fatback but the fat headstock on a
with
Tele.
like that like big like 70s strap,
70 style like CBS or whatever. Yeah, that style headstock, which is really cool. It's
not a Fender anymore, right?
I guess, yeah. Well, that shit. Yeah, I guess
it's a Warmoth with a Fender body. You got to get more into specifics, right?
I don't know. This is
a heavier subject than we thought it was going to be. It's getting heavy, Doc.
Buckle up, baby. You're gonna be drinking early today.
Put on your swim caps. We're diving in.
Did you have that in the fucking barrel?
No, I just. Not that right now. It's like the stupidest catchphrase.
You like cross that off the list.
Bang-a-rang, motherfucker.
So dumb. I don't know. I mean, definitely. But then again, we come back to the big components of like you switching the neck out. It's not a Fender anymore.
But let's say let's say I'm an idiot. Okay, let's just imagine for a second I'm a fucking idiot. Okay, you have to try really hard, everyone. Okay, okay. Let's say
I know because I'm really smart. I'm really smart. Everybody says my mom says I'm smart.
Let's say you went fretless or something. Let's say you did something really fucking dumb.
I guess. I mean, you might want to just like jump off a bridge at that point.
Yeah, I want to do it right now.
Swan dive.
My self-esteem is pretty low right now. No, let's say it's a bass. Fuck it. Okay, I want to go fretless. Is that change? Is that changing anything? Is that still like, oh, this is my Fender P-bass that's fretless? Yeah. Can I still say that?
You would add the fretless part.
It's fretless. I did it myself. Can't you tell?
Yeah, shit. I don't know. There's a lot of gray area. I don't know if we can like hash this out. I think everything's different. I guess. When certain parts change, like let's say hardware changes, you would mention that as part of like, oh, this is like my Fender Stratocaster that also has an Evertune.
Okay.
This is my Fender Telecaster that has 2 humbuckers.
Yeah.
Could you be like, oh, that's not a Fender.
It's not factory.
It is still a Fender Telecaster, but now it has 2 humbuckers. So like that's a little different than your standard like single coil.
What if it's like out of necessity? Let's say like you broke something on it, you have to change I'm gonna find factory stuff to replace that. Let's say I dropped my Tele and broke the headstock, which is never gonna happen.
Oh, you can. I mean,
not that I don't drop guitars, but that.
Yeah, I mean, Yeah, I mean, I've broken the headstock on my Strat, and I just glued it back. Yeah. I didn't glue it. I took it to a luthier, and he glued it and graphite, whatever, back together.
You said Strat, but you meant your Les Paul, right?
And
oh,
and my Strat, yeah.
I remember Paul,
that. SG, and my Strat. I have broken the headstocks on those.
Whew.
The Strat didn't break clean off, but it cracked. Down the middle of the headstock, and they fixed it, and it's cool. It is still trucking along, baby. But it's, whatever. But say if you sheared it, completely off, it's not worth it to you. You'd rather get a new neck. Then I would say, yeah, it's not really a fender anymore, unless you get a fender replacement.
All right.
So,
I mean, Warmths are licensed by Fender, so are Mighty Mites.
Yeah, but they only license the design. They don't license, like, Fender doesn't oversee
the construction. Yeah,
the construction. They just say, like, yes, you can do our fucking headstock
if you pay like $80,000 a year.
Yeah, something like that. But they're not going to be like, oh yeah, we're going to oversee how meticulous you are with your, CNC and no, they are just licensed the design.
Okay,
which is totally worth it because you bought a Warmoth.
Fuck yeah,
yeah, and they're really cool. And actually, I have a Warmoth neck too. So, I don't know. I guess like when you think about it, like my guitar that I have. My Squier Strat is not really a Squier anymore, if we're talking about it. Yeah. It's just a parts caster.
You just need to get a new body for that thing now.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Well, I mean, yeah, it's funny. Like, my Squier Strat, I think I've posted pictures in the group. It's just like a red Strat with a bunch of shitty stickers on it, a bunch of whatever. And I was like, mentioned to Kyle, I'm like, man, we should strip this and just like, start it all over. And Kyle's like, don't fucking do that.
Yeah, what the fuck you think? That's some crazy talk, boy.
That's got some, it's got some, that's the history behind that
fucking
guitar.
mojo, bitch.
It's like, a cheap plastic Chinese, like Squier, good body, and everything else on it has been upgraded. But I don't know.
Maybe this will sum it up. So if you have enough parts...
You gotta put a bow on this.
Yeah.
You got it for me?
If you have enough parts left over from your mods, from your... To make a whole new guitar, yeah, you fucked up somewhere.
Or you didn't.
Yeah, maybe it depends on where you started, I guess.
Yeah.
But, you know what I mean? It's like, honestly, it's not the original.
It's not the original.
If you can rebuild that original guitar when you're done with it...
Yeah, maybe that's the overall. Yeah. We didn't hammer anything out.
No, but we're back to where we started.
Back to square one. But I'm like, yeah, no, I don't know. That's a good topic. To me, I think like if you change like just like a couple small things, it's not really the original guitar.
Yeah,
hardware or pickups. Unless you do like a part for part, just like an upgrade.
Yeah,
it's like okay, cool. I did, a Squier single coil Strat, and then I just replaced them with like single coil Seymour Duncans or DiMarzios or something like that or whatever.
I still think you're in the Fender zone.
You're still in the Fender.
Still in that original.
You're still there. But I'm like, the thing is, like, I wouldn't take the brand part out of it, but I would take the smaller parts out of it. You are in the, let's say if you change the bigger...
You're not the player series or whatever series you're anymore because that's part of that circuit. Like the circuit's part of that, I think.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I think, I don't know. I think that's kind of cool. It was at least if we didn't like hash anything out and we didn't like determine anything and like, make a stance on anything.
Got you thinking.
It's good. It's all about we're in Riff City, baby. We're going back and forth. You don't fuck up the riff. All right.
Yeah, I guess.
All right. That was a hell of a
I'm
chat
all heated.
We got,
I'm all pissed off.
The heat is on. I'm heated up. All right, let's get out of here. But before we do, I just want to say thank you guys so much for listening to the Tone Jerks podcast.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, more people are listening, and I love it.
We're stoked to have you.
Yeah, we're stoked that you're following along and listening. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot more NAMM content. So this one's coming out on Tuesday. Hopefully, we will have an episode on Thursday, depending on how drunk I get and if I can edit it and get it out. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we are going to have episodes, at least 4 NAMM episodes. We might have more with builders and cohorts that we find and meet at the at the show. Who knows? Yeah. Whoever, I'm going to shove a mic in their face if they want to be a part of it. And that's going to be cool. But if you guys want to follow along with our escapades at NAMM, be sure to follow along on the social medias. We got Instagram. That's going to be the main one.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. search at, the Tone Jerks on Instagram and search the Tone Jerks on Facebook.
If you're going to be there, hit us up. Maybe we'll link up with you.
Yeah, we want to party with you. Yeah, just search the Tone Jerks on Facebook. Join the group. That's where the happening party is. We have a Facebook page. That one is bullshit. But we have 4 people liking it. You can like that one too, but nothing really goes on there. But if you guys really like the show and you want to help support, you guys can do so on Patreon by supporting for as little as $1 a month. But for $2 a month, you guys get an extra episode every week. You guys get the juicy stuff. You guys get the extra stuff. It's cool. So we want to give you guys more for doing the $2. And just for supporting, we are going to give you a shout out. $1, $2, $5, $10, $69. We don't give a fuck. $420. It said to hit them all. It's fucking dumb. We wanted to give you a shout out and thanks for the support. Kyle's got a listy list and he is going to give it to me, baby.
All right, I got Co Schneider. We have Abe Newman, Michael Newman, Andrew Walsh, Will Lehue, Bruce Banana, Doug Christ, Doug King, Doug Gann. We have Jamie Davis, Jason Fuzzmonger, Adam Rohr from the Let 'Em Hear podcast. We talked about him earlier.
You're getting super basic.
I'm sorry.
I like it.
I'm sorry.
You sound good.
I'm so sorry. I'll try and reel it back.
Usually get pretty basic. I really like
we have a Jimmy B, Jim Bowers, Johnny Ray, Joseph from Like My Pedals, Leon from Pelican Noiseworks, Digger from Fatfoot Effects, Sean Arbo from Gun Street Wiring, Steve Mike, local San Diego band,
Hardly Human,
Kevin Iquitz from Iquitz Guitars, Sean Fahey, Brett Alexander, Stephen Conradi, and Colin Smith.
There we go.
All right.
Yeah. And for everybody on the Patreon first, they get first dibs. We got stickers coming. Yeah. Actual Tone Jerks merch. I know we've been giving a lot of people our Playing Without a Pilot merch, just shoving that shit down your throats.
Yeah.
We're going to have Tone Jerks merch coming. So stickers, we have.
It's been a placeholder on those.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's kind of it. I think that's it. We will see you guys in a couple days on Thursday. Yeah. We will have an episode.
Yeah. We'll see you at NAMM maybe too.
Yeah. If you guys are at NAMM, hit us up. The group, the Instagram, tonejerks@gmail. Hit us up.
We'll meet you at one of the many bars probably around.
Yeah, I mean, Kyle's going to have a dolly cart. He's going to be dragging me around while sipping on my cocktails.
With an umbrella.
Yeah. But that's it. We're babbling. We will see you. We love you.
All right, see you. Bye.